Hello everyone and welcome to another Premier Injuries Daily Update. Now it may only be day one of the international break, but we have lots of updates to go through. First of all, I want to touch upon a few that we missed on Sunday, and then we'll look through released updates which have come from their respective football federations and football associations on Monday. And we kick off at Arsenal. Thomas Partey was omitted from the matchday squad on Sunday that took on Watford. Now, Mikel Arteta said that Thomas Partey wasn't able to play due to a slight muscle problem. We later came to understand that it was a tight groin issue. Now, I was asked the question today, is Thomas Partey injury prone, and why is he picking up all these muscle problems? I had a look at his previous data from 3 seasons when he played at Atletico. He was a player who was fairly robust. He was able to tolerate the demands of the game. In terms of availability, where we were looking at 93, 94%. This latest setback for Arsenal, this represents his 6th reported muscle problem. 2 of those have went in excess of a month. The third one, that was around about 3 weeks. And we've also had a high ankle sprain thrown in there as well, which was in and around a month. So fingers crossed this isn't that serious, but what it does go to show is, the demands of the Premier League are far different than any other league in the world. And it takes a little bit of time to adapt and for players to get used to that. So fingers crossed, it's nothing too serious, and we will see Thomas Partey back playing for Arsenal very soon. There was also an issue with Tielemans. Now, Brendan Rodgers admitted this was a little bit of a concern, and it throws his availability for Belgium into doubt. He's picked up a calf problem, and Brendan Rodgers said that the little issue was a little bit of a worry, and that he would need a scan to determine the extent of that issue. Now, again, he joined up with the national team. We know that it is a requirement of the players, if they called up, that they do need to be assessed independently. So he has went with the Belgium squad, and a decision will be made on his availability over the coming days. Everton, Mason Holgate, a rare outing for him, short-lived. I think he was introduced at the 82nd minute, sent off in the 90th. That's going to result in a 3-match ban. So, of course, questions then passed across to Rafa Benitez. How long is Yerry Mina going to be? Well, fortunately, it looks as if the big Colombian is nearing the return. He's been out in recent times due to a hamstring problem. Now, ideally, he'll not be joining up with the Colombian squad. So ideally, he'll be back on the training pitches at Finch form, maybe within the next sort of 3 to 4 days. And hopefully after that, we'll be integrating with the squad and training as normal. So he is in with a really strong possibility of playing in game week 12. Abdul Doucouré and Dominic Calvert-Lewin, we're not sure at this moment in time. However, the target is a return before the end of November. England, and we've got a couple of carryovers from knocks that were picked up over the weekend. We've seen Luke Shaw forced off under concussion protocol in the Manchester derby. Now, it looks like assessments have taken place, and it looks like, because of that concussion, he won't play any part. Now, I did cover it on a previous video. If Gareth Southgate did want to call him up, he certainly couldn't play in the first qualifier, but he would be available after that. However, he's been left and he will not take part. But all being well, he'll go through the protocol and he should be ready and available in game week 12. Mason Mount, he won't join up with the squad just yet, but I understand that he hasn't been ruled out, or the possibility hasn't been ruled out that he could join up at a later date. Thomas Tuchel spoke about the fact that Mason Mount had an infection in his gum, in his mouth, that required surgery. The result of that problem, bit of weight loss, hadn't been training fully, and obviously in quite a lot of pain and discomfort. He got minutes from the bench at the weekend against Burnley. Now, he's booked in for that procedure, and he'll see how he recovers, and that will determine whether he actually joins up with the Three Lions or not. And Marcus Rashford, another player called up by Gareth Southgate, he will not join the England team. He's preferring to stay with his club and build up fitness after a significant time on the sidelines with regards to his shoulder. So he's going to be building up that sharpness that load in his legs on the training pitches, and again hoping to be in a place where he can go on and kick on from game week 12 and of course into that busy festive fixture programme. All of those withdrawals have resulted in Emile Smith-Rowe earning his first senior call-up to the squad. So good luck to him. Elsewhere, James Ward-Prowse, again, withdrawn from the squad or will not even join up with the squad. That's reported as illness. Now, we don't know the specifics behind that. Earlier in the season, Ward-Prowse was struggling with ongoing stomach problems. And we've also seen Nathan Redmond test positive for COVID. And that was his absence from the Aston Villa game on Friday night. So it could maybe be one of those two things, or alternatively, it could be something completely different. We'll wait for something official from the club. And while I'm at Southampton, just a quick update on Tino Livramento. Of course, he's very much in vogue at the moment. The young right-back's had a sensational season. He's withdrawn from the under-21 squad, but that one's been referred to as an injury problem. Don't know the specifics in behind that. And finally, this was a late one, and we've just heard that Paul Pogba, we've seen some video footage of Pogba in training with the French squad. They're doing some shooting practice, took a shot and immediately pulled up in a lot of pain, discomfort. And we've seen him grab almost the top of his thigh. Mechanism of injury, it's a very common injury, the thigh, the quadriceps, and the most common of those being the rectus femoris. He went off and got assessed straight away, and a decision has been taken early on to release him from the squad. So again, as with all of these injuries, severity is key. But that's a clear indication that they wouldn't expect him to recover. It's more than a precautionary measure. Now, we do know that Pogba is serving a domestic ban at the moment. So that gives us, at least 3 weeks before he's available for Manchester United anyway. Fingers crossed, if we're looking at a grade 1 tear, then within that time frame is more than realistic to see Paul Pogba back in a Man United shirt. If it's anything longer than that, then of course the worry is that it'll carry over into December, and we need to manage that issue because heading into that festive fixture program where the fixtures are coming thick and fast, you don't want to rush and potentially exacerbate any problem and cause another re-injury or a recurrence. But yeah, I mean, that's it for now. We will be updating throughout the international break. There's no time off. So as they happen, we will release videos, follow us through social media. And of course, if you have any comments, add them in the box below. And if you are watching, please subscribe. It helps us massively. Over 65% of the people who are actually watching our videos, and it's great numbers, by the way. So thank you and appreciate that, on subscribe. So if you just give that little bell a tinkle, as soon as the new videos drop, you will be notified. But for now, that's it. And we'll see you all again very soon.